What is up, guys? In today's video, we're going to be talking about how you can hit champs fast in Chapter 3 Season 1. If you've been struggling to hit champs in Chapter 3 or you just haven't played much this season, this is going to be a really good video for you. And if you guys do find it helpful, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you would like to see more, leave a comment down below for the YouTube algorithm. And if you do want to watch me live on Twitch, it will be linked down in the description below, but it is just Evolve Jake, just like my YouTube channel is. So one of the biggest things I feel like for champs or arena this season is to play the team game modes. I'm typically a solo player. I love playing solos, but in Chapter 3 Arena, trios, for whatever reason, is just really easy, and it's what I have been playing a majority of the time, and it doesn't even really play out like how you would expect Arena to play out. I feel like a lot of times when people think about Arena, they think about like really sweaty competitive matches, and Trio Arena just feels like pubs to me, honestly. It doesn't really feel that difficult, and honestly, playing solo pubs, I feel like I frequently play against better players than what I face in Trio Arena. So if you have been struggling to hit champs playing only solo arena or only duo arena, try finding a group of people to play with and grind Trio Arena, because it is so much easier from my experience playing Trio Arena than any of the other game modes. The next thing we're going to talk about is that you should probably try to find a set landing spot and land there every single game and learn it to the best of your ability. I know landing at the same spot every game can be repetitive and maybe not as much fun, but if you're just concerned about getting points and climbing up the divisions, learning one spot is going to help you out so much for so many reasons. If you are struggling, I would recommend landing somewhere edge like Log Jam, Camp Cuddle, Sleepy Sound, Sanctuary, maybe even the ruins on the top right of the map, Jones's. You want to land somewhere edge of the map if you have been struggling to win your fights, and just learn that spot to the best of your ability. And especially since we're going to be playing a team game mode, learning how to play that location with your teammates is very important. Learning how you play when you're conned, figuring out what you do when you're unconned, how you rotate afterwards. There's so many things and so many benefits that can come from learning the same location and landing there every single game, and that just adds so much consistency to your game. And we're playing arena here, so you're going to be losing points for every game. So if you're not gaining more than you lose, you're not going to go up. That's just how arena works. So land at the same spot every game, learn how to fight it. And if you land somewhere edge, by the time you're done looting your location, you're probably going to have already gotten a lot of placement points, because Tilted Towers is back in Chapter 3. And because of that, there's a lot of people just going there and just straight up dying off spawn. A lot of people hot dropping there. Like there plus whatever the hot drop is just sucks so much of the lobby away. So if you do land somewhere edge, like the places I mentioned, I think the best possible choices would probably be Camp Cuddle, Log Jam, Jones's, maybe one of the desert POIs like the racetrack area, I forget what it's called, but landing at one of those spots where you're less likely to be contested and you're more like chilled out, you can loot your location, and by the time you're done looting it and ready to rotate into the game, so much of the lobby is going to be dead because of Tilted Towers that you're probably going to have already gotten your bus fare back, plus more potentially on those placement points. So right now is probably the easiest time to climb that there ever has been, because so many people are just going Tilted Towers, especially the players who have already hit champs and don't really care about their division anymore. They're just trying to like frag out, and Tilted Towers really works well for that, but you can also use it to your favor because it's going to give you so many free placement points. The next thing, you're going to want to rotate to Spiderman web slingers pretty much regardless of where you land on the map. There is somewhere near where you land where you can try to rotate to get Spiderman web slingers. And this also comes into play, like I said before, if you land at the same spot every time and you learn how to rotate, you're going to learn how to your set path to get to the Spiderman web slingers every game. And the Spiderman web slingers are so incredibly overpowered. It allows you to rotate easily. You don't really have to worry about zone that much anymore. It makes endgame so much easier to play, and you can conserve mats so much more with the Spider-Man web slingers than if you didn't have it in the game. You can rotate faster and safer because of it. You can take height because of it. If you do end up beaming somebody, which we're going to get to later on, you can use the Spider-Man to pressure that. The Chapter 3 meta is really, really basic and really kind of like low skill, but the Spider-Man web slinger just kind of makes that more extreme. It is getting nerfed soon to the point where it will only have 20 uses, but as long as you don't use it in a dumb way, you'll still be able to use this item really effectively in game. And when you do kill somebody, you can pick theirs up and it will have a full use still. So if you kill somebody, you can swap yours for theirs and get your 20 uses back. So I still think even after the upcoming web slinger nerf in comp, that it will still be like really effective and really OP in endgame. You'll just have to like make sure you're cycling other people's out if you do get low. The next thing that we're going to talk about is going to be visual audio. This is kind of like a really overpowered setting, and it is somewhat controversial. But one thing it allows you to do is you can see reboots from like an extreme distance away on the map. And the reason why this is so OP is because you can push that person using your Spider-Man web slingers and get free kills. If you have one player rebooting his 2 teammates and you let him reboot, you can fry them out of the sky, potentially kill one. But even if you like only hit them for 60 white, they're coming out of the sky with a pistol and 100 wood, and you just hit them for 60 white. You can Spider-Man onto that person, get the kill easily, and potentially do that to the other person that was rebooted as well. And then you have just their one last teammate left again who's healthy, but fighting your team in a 1v3, it's really unlikely that it's going to work out with him because of how the meta is this season and how oriented it is around spray. So have somebody in your team using visual audio. That way you can push rebooting squads and get free kills, which is going to net you even more free points. You just got to be careful because a lot of people are usually using visual audio in chapter 3. So if you show up to fight a team that's rebooting, odds are there might be another team showing up to fight a team that's rebooting. So you just got to be careful there and potentially just play to third partying the rebooters. It is kind of weird, but this meta is really third party centric with the amount of spray and just everything that goes into it. And that's probably going to be your best bet when fighting. If you have been struggling, just try to third party fights and fry somebody with the MK, or coordinate with your teammates and make sure y'all are frying the same person, because you can like 200-0 somebody very quickly in chapter 3, especially if you have 3 people shooting at them with the MK. It has such a high fire rate, very low recoil. If you have multiple people focusing the same person, you're going to kill somebody very quickly. And you can just kind of rinse and repeat this over the course of a fight, especially if you pick somebody off and like knock them immediately in the fight. You can just continue to pressure them with all of your spray weapons, and it just becomes very difficult for them to play the game regardless of how good or bad they are at the game. The spray meta this season is so busted and it is so easily abusable, especially like I said, if you coordinate with your teammates, get a pick early on, and then just flex your numbers advantage from there and just continue to spray people down. You really don't have to ever fight people with shotguns in this game. It's like if you are a player who's struggling, just work with your teammates and spray people as much as you can, and you're going to get kills and you're going to get wins doing that. And when it comes to endgame, arena endgames are really low tier. I feel like a lot of times I have like 20,000 points at this point, and I very rarely see an arena endgame that's actually decent. So as long as you play height is really important in chapter 3 season 1 because of the spray meta. It's very difficult to play low ground this season. But if you play height and just rotate properly, you really don't have to do anything special to win this season. All you have to do is hold height and spray down on people, and you will eventually win the game. Especially in a situation where like there's several teams that are shambles. Like if you have your full trio alive and then you have like 2 duos and a solo, pretty much all you have to do is grief the 2 duos onto the same layer, and then they will end up fighting each other, or grief them onto the layer with the solo, whatever. They will end up fighting each other, and then you can just spray at that and third party that, and it's going to be very unlikely that you end up losing the fight. So like I said, the meta this season is really easy and really basic. It really just comes down to like team coordination with spraying and winning your off spawn fights and getting a Spider-Man, and you're going to win a lot of games and get a lot of easy kills in arena. This is probably the easiest it has ever been to hit champs in Fortnite, I think. Like the meta this season is just really easy, and it doesn't really take much individual skill. It really just takes like aim and team coordination with the spray. So if you guys did enjoy this video, please remember to go to like, subscribe if you would like to see more, comment down below whatever you want, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.